You don't cross the kingpin of Kentucky hollers and come out clean. Now see, while Ira was out playing bootlegger in chief, slinging moonshine across the state lines like he was running a backwoods Fortune 500, Doc Taylor had decided that he was done playing preacher, doctor, spirit whisperer, and added lawman to his growing list of side hustles. Yep, Red Fox got himself deputized. Legit. Federal marshal. One afternoon while working at the old Wise County Courthouse, probably pacing around with that big old Bible in one hand and a revolver in the other, Doc just so happened to spot Ira Mullins' clan rolling through town in their wagon. And not just any wagon, mind you. This one was practically glowing with guilt, creaking along full of illegal, unstamped bottles of white lightning, just begging for a federal raid. And Doc didn't need spirits to tell him what was in that cart. He shouted to his deputies, and the lawmen lit up that wagon like it was the 4th of July. Nearly 200 rounds cracked through the air. That chaos sent the horses into a wild frenzy, bolted down the road with the wagon and its unlucky driver. And let's just say, somebody needed to measure that driver for a coffin. Now Ira, the man who had the reflexes of a cat and the confidence of a man who thought he was invincible, he and the buddy dove from that wagon like action movie heroes, landed on their feet, pulled their pistols, returned fire on foot while the deputies scrambled. And then, in true Appalachian outlaw fashion, Ira tucked his pistols back into his coat and just drove down that street just as cool as you please, without so much as even a scratch. Red Fox had failed. Badly. And Ira Mullins had won that round. But don't think for a second that either one of them forgot about it. From that day on, it was war. Neither man would ever be able to let it go. Not long after that wild courthouse shootout, Doc Taylor found himself fresh out of a badge and fresh out of a job. Official word was that he was unstable, which, okay, fair enough. That man wore all black, talked to ghosts, packed more guns than a small militia, and was known to casually materialize out of nowhere like a pocket-sized poltergeist. But still, timing's a little suspicious, don't you think? The word around the hollers was that Ira had a hand in that fire, and by hand, we mean the whole well-manicured crime syndicated fist. See, Ira Mullins wasn't just some backwoods moonshiner with a dream. He was an operator, a smooth-talking, big money man with enough pull to make things happen and enough dirt on the right people to make sure they stayed happening. Local politicians, judges, maybe even the other lawmen. Let's just say that some of those fancy suits were sipping on the very same shine that they were supposed to be cracking down on. So when Taylor came a little too close to messing with the wrong shipment, thrown off the force like a moldy sack of beans, because if Ira wanted you gone, you were gone. And Doc Taylor, he was just the next casualty in a long line of folks that learned that the hard way. You don't cross the kingpin of Kentucky hollers and come out clean.